What's up, guys? In today's video, we're pretty much going to turn this into that, or we're going to turn that into that. Either way, stick around. It'll be fun. Alright guys, so what's going on is basically I'm going to be taking only the electronics out of this, meaning the amplifier board and all of that, and the power supply. I'm going to try to take everything out and put it into here. So now there's actually two reasons why I'm doing this. One, unfortunately, is I think the old Visonic here is coming into the last of her days. I've been playing it on my stereo upstairs, which I made a big upgrade to, and will be a new video. But I've been noticing that when I turn my amplifier up, it kind of cuts out, and I don't think it's the amplifier. I'm pretty sure it's actually this speaker. And so now the other reason why I'm doing this is because this speaker sucks. I'm pretty happy with how loud it is and all that, but I just feel like they definitely underrate the speaker. Or I mean, they just, they put a cheap speaker in there and can't really keep up with the rest of it. The good thing about this is that it has this little thing that I can hook up headphones to and an auxiliary. And this is also Bluetooth. So actually, I never realized this was Bluetooth. And if you look at one of my couple last videos about my record player teleporting its music, it wasn't teleporting. This was just connecting to it. So yeah, I guess it was kind of a hoax. So anyways, yep, I'm going to go ahead and take this out, and then that and the power supply, see what we're working with. I'm not going to keep the speaker or the enclosure. I don't really need it. But once we get it out, and we can, kind of check out and figure out where we're going to put it in here. I think what I'm going to do, because I have this little panel on the back, is I'm just going to measure the inside of that and then go ahead and cut that out. I can remove this back panel, but I'm just going to go ahead and then kind of see where we're at and try to figure out what would be a better thing to do. So, yep, let's go ahead and tear this apart. Well, alright, I got the back panel off, I guess if you can call it that. The board. Looks like it is a chip amp type. Not exactly sure what type of chip amp it is, but it looks to be like one. Now what I'm having a problem with is they've actually glued these connectors on. And I'm kind of just trying to take a knife and, I don't know, maybe I'll heat the tip of it a little bit. And I'm going to try to get the epoxy off of both of those connectors. Yeah, it looks pretty cheaply made, but it is what it is. It's Amazon, so whatever. Okay, so here it is. It actually wasn't too bad getting those off of there. I can't get down in there to see exactly what type of chip that is, but oh well, not a big deal. So now all I have to do is probably take this speaker out so I can get down to the power supply better and get to it from there. So yeah, let's go ahead and I think I'm gonna have to borderline break this. I don't know. Okay, so it turns out there are screws. Look at that, easy as pie. Tore this around a little bit. Pity. Double stacked. God, this surround is garbage. Like I said, this isn't blown. It's just, I don't know, it sounds like garbage. And there's our power supply. Okay, cool. Progress. Alright, so we're in. We're going to need that. What I think I'm going to do is just cut it here and then resolder it. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get all of that out intact. And I'm going to have to resolder it while it's in there. And then find a way to get in there and get those nuts out. Shouldn't be too hard. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. I'd imagine next I'm going to go ahead and rip that apart and then start weighing everything out and figuring out where I'm going to put everything. Alright, so there's pretty much everything we're going to need. Got our transformer, got the amplifier board and the dongle. Dongle. Got the rest of the power supply, the mains lead. And yeah, there's everything that we're going to need. I went ahead and took the Sawzall to it just to make it easier. But that's all the trash. So I guess next we can go ahead and tear that one apart. Alright, so upon further analysis of this, I'm actually liking it a lot more. Turns out that chip is a TDA 7379, which is actually a car audio chip. It's 4 channels. What it's doing is it's actually taking 2 sides, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 outputs. These 2 go and run the speakers, and then these 2 are actually bridged and run the subwoofer. It's actually a pretty cool little design. I also kind of like how the heatsink is really big, and kind of, I'm sure, will provide some shielding from RF. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so our power goes into there. It gets rectum fried between these diodes, gets smoothed by this capacitor, which is right there, and then feeds us our nice, beautiful direct current power to our chip. It's actually pretty cool. And I'm guessing that the Bluetooth and all of that, if I can't see it in there, I'm sure it's actually in this little dongle, giggity. So this is actually a pretty cool little amplifier. It's for my computer subwoofer, if I haven't mentioned that. And yeah, so that's that. It shouldn't be too bad. Planning on putting the transformer there, and then this thing, it's not going to go in this way, but it'll sit somewhere about right there. And I've measured everything, and everything will fit and will do really good, and then we can block up those 2 holes. Then all I have to do is drill another hole for the mains lead to come on in, and then probably go and get some epoxy so I can seal all that up, and then we'll hook it up. I also got to get some thicker screws too. She was leaking a bit. And now my plan and why I'm doing this, you might be saying, well, if you think this speaker's bad, you know, why would you make a new enclosure for it? Well, I'm thinking this is at most going to be running 20 watts to it. And like I said, when I keep it turned down, it's not too bad. But when I turn it up, it seems like that speaker starts to cut out. Even if it doesn't last very long, I figure, hey, I can still just go get a different 10 and throw it in there. So it's kind of my thought process. So here we are, day 2. I think I'm going to go ahead and figure out where that transformer is going to go. Well, actually, I know where it's going to go. It's going to go somewhere around right there. Yeah, I think we should start there. Well, alright, so basically what I'm doing is going to take this, set it up here, and put it about where it would be sitting inside of it. Then we'll take a pen and kind of mark our holes. Pen is not working. Drill bits. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and drill out my marks, if I can find them. The other one. Okay. Alright, so like an idiot I put it on the wrong side, but I figured that will work just fine. Let me go ahead and throw some screws in there and get that nice and secured. Well, alright, so I really didn't account for this, but these screws aren't quite long enough, giggity. So what I did was I went ahead and kind of countersunk, and to do that, all you do is you go ahead and take a drill bit roughly about the size of the head of the fastener, and just kind of go ahead and drill in there. Just kind of wait for it to go a little bit and then stop. I had enough material here that it should work out actually really well. So, and if you do it right, these will kind of hold your fastener whilst you're tightening the nut on the other side. So just kind of a little tip. Alright, got it mounted up, the transformer that is. Now I'm going to go ahead and drill a hole for the rest of the power lead, and then after that, I don't know what I'm going to do after that. Num 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 num. So I drilled the hole, got it all drilled out. Now what we're going to do is take this, kind of stick her in there. That'll go like that. And then bada bing. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and mount that, and then probably wire up those AC leads while I'm here. Maybe throw some silicone around it and all that. After that, I will cut that back out, or the proper size piece, to put the board. So we are rocking and rolling. Alright, so got it up in there, got it all connected, threw some heat shrink on it. Actually didn't turn out too bad. I haven't thrown any silicone in there yet because I'm going to wait till after I get done drilling everything and cutting everything out and all that. But now what I'm going to go ahead and do is go ahead and measure this, and then go ahead and cut it out of the back, and then go ahead and mount that up. Alright, well I probably should have mentioned this, but if you've never seen this before, if you ever want to cut something out, and what makes it a lot easier is go ahead and mark what you want to cut out, and then drill at kitty corner something big enough for your blade to go in there, either a jigsaw or I'm using a Sawzall. So then you can go ahead and make that cut, and then go ahead and make that one, and then vice versa on the other side. Makes it kind of easy. Test fit. It's completely crooked, but I don't care. That's fine. It's going to be pointing towards the back anyways. Alright. Still got to do a little bit of trimming. Alright, finally got it all on there, all cleaned up, and now all I got to do is just kind of throw some silicone in everywhere so nothing leaks. And I think we're almost, well, we're getting closer. Alright, so sorry about these interior shots. I can't really put the camera in there and work at the same time, but we got some silicone carne on there. Sounds delicious. Went ahead and silicone that too. Cleaned it up as good as I can. I guess I didn't really do a good job. I actually didn't really think about it, but I have to steal these leads off of here and then connect them to these nice lamp leads. I'm actually going to need a long lead coming from the speaker so I can hook everything up in there and be able to still get my arm in there, and then while the speaker is attached, put it in. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and desolder those real quick and hook them up to here somehow. Well, alright, lucky for you folks, I just lost footage. Not doing that again. But I went ahead and soldered these up, threw some heat shrink on them, and some electrical tape. I also went ahead and threw a little bit of silicone on that connector for the AC coming in, just so it doesn't, you know, kind of rattle its way out of there. But yeah, but it looks like we're just about ready to throw everything in there. Just got to hook that up, throw the polyfill back in, and then put the speaker back on, and then we can go test it. Alright, pretty cool. Everything all in there. All I got to do is throw this polyfill in. Now you can see why it's good to have a lot of extra speaker wire in there. So you have enough room to move everything around. Alright, we're almost done. Well, alright, we're at the new home of the Visonic. It's going to be down there. And I went onto the YouTube machine and went onto this blown capacitor guy's channel. He's pretty cool. And let's check it out. Let's go ahead and test it.
Which dealer will gladly do the opposite?
They definitely will. That was such a cool part right there. Dude makes some really good videos. But anyways, that's it for this one. I'm very, very happy with it. I think you can definitely tell the difference. It was definitely a fun time. Glad to have you along. And stop by next time. Subscribe to that channel. You will not be disappointed.